Rachel Zegler's Hollywood career is ending soon, and it's not surprising. Her new movie Y2K just came out, but it flopped badly. It started in 9th place, and now, just 2 weeks later, it's skipping theaters and going straight to streaming by Christmas Eve. Things are going really badly for Rachel, and what's coming next looks even worse.
Y2K has scored one of the lowest Rotten Tomatoes scores in young A24 Studios' life. And that officially means it's game over.
Before working on the movie, Rachel Zegler thought Y2K was just about fashion, music, and a certain era of films. That's right. One of the biggest generational panic moments in history was just a vibe to her. Listening to her talk about it, you might almost feel bad for her, but not really. She comes off as entitled, even demanding to be paid for every hour her work streams online. Meanwhile, Y2K received one of the lowest Rotten Tomatoes scores in A24's history. Since the studio is known for making critically acclaimed films, that's a big deal. This flop has put Rachel in a tough spot, and honestly, it looks like Hollywood is losing patience with her. But this isn't just about Y2K. Rachel's name has been tied to controversy for a while now. She became Hollywood's favorite after starring as Maria in West Side Story, going from an unknown high school student to a symbol of cultural appropriation overnight. She's half Polish and half Colombian, yet Hollywood cast her as a Puerto Rican character. And that was just the start. She played an ancient Greek goddess in Shazam, Fury of the Gods, and was cast as Snow White in Disney's live-action remake of the classic German fairy tale. Somehow, nobody in Hollywood questioned these cultural mismatches until now.
Also have a star who I don't think fits the bill and also continuously talks on the internet, thus further poisoning the well of this already doomed film.
Rachel Zegler has even spoken about this, calling herself a white Latina and saying some roles made her uncomfortable. But instead of stepping back or reflecting on the issue, she kept taking the roles. Hollywood treated her like some kind of symbol for diversity, dressing her up as the next big thing. Major outlets like Variety and People backed her up, shutting down any criticism with public shaming.
But times have changed.
After 3 box office flops in a row, Y2K being the latest disaster, even Hollywood seems to have had enough. Variety, the same outlet that once promoted her, recently published an article signaling her downfall. Written by Tatiana Siegel, Hollywood's go-to journalist for exposing careers on the decline, the piece read like an obituary for Zegler's time in the industry. It even stated that speaking on divisive issues, as Zegler has done, is no longer part of Disney's strategy. In Hollywood, that's not just a warning, it's a death sentence. And if you think that's an exaggeration, think again. Siegel is known for soft-spoken but brutal industry truths. She was the one who defended Disney when they fired Gina Carano, spinning it as the studio taking a noble stand. If Variety is turning on Zegler, it's not just one writer's opinion, it's a reflection of what Hollywood is already whispering. Zegler's Hollywood career seems to be on its last legs, and the drama isn't over yet. Disney's live-action Snow White remake has been surrounded by controversy from the start, and now the studio is clearly in damage control mode. The teaser trailer received over 1.4 million downvotes compared to just 100,000 upvotes, a massive gap that shows audiences just aren't interested.
Atrocious. I've got 3 official videos by Disney to take a look at, and just generally take a look at the comments, the like to dislike ratio, and it's a disaster. I mean, if I was Bob Iger, I'd be...
Disney's board members must be beyond frustrated, wondering how things went so wrong. But the answer is simple. Rachel Zegler herself. She turned an already difficult project into a PR disaster. Her attitude and outspoken comments have pushed fans away, making it nearly impossible to build any goodwill. The sad reality is that Snow White, a character meant to represent innocence and charm, feels completely miscast with Zegler in the lead. Instead of rooting for her, people are either ignoring the movie or hate-watching just to mock it in the comments. And that's not even mentioning the expensive reshoots, which have already pushed the budget to a massive $350 million. But Snow White isn't the only problem. Zegler's other recent project, Y2K, is another huge flop. Sure, The first 20 minutes deliver some fun 90s nostalgia, AOL usernames, mixtapes, and the chaos of dial-up internet, but it quickly falls apart. What could have been a clever, funny take on the Y2K panic turns into a messy, directionless film. Instead of smart humor, we get killer appliances and random chaos that feels more exhausting than entertaining. And let's talk about the casting. Who thought Rachel Zegler as the hottest girl in high school and a genius computer nerd was a good idea? It almost feels like A24 Studios is daring people to question their decisions. That said, Y2K isn't all bad. Some moments shine, especially in the beginning. The humor, while inconsistent, has a few good laughs, and the nostalgic callbacks will definitely hit home for anyone who remembers the late 90s. But those small highlights only make it more obvious how much of a missed opportunity this movie really is. It could have been a smart, heartfelt tribute to a weird moment in history. Instead, it's just another forgettable flop.
Rachel Zegler to star, get this, as the hottest girl in high school who also happens to be a genius computer nerd. Seriously, people over at A24 Studios, go touch. The only thing left for the actress to do is to wait for the fallout from Snow White when it debuts, pack her bags, and start training for her new job when she meets real people in the world.
What can I get you?
I'd like a large coffee.
Okay, so hot coffee?
At this point, Rachel Zegler's career seems to be in free fall. With 3 box office flops in a row, she has become Hollywood's latest cautionary tale. In fact, the industry might need a new term for this kind of streak. If 3 wins in a row are called a hat trick, then 3 massive failures could be called a Zegler. It's almost poetic, considering she's the common factor in each of these disappointments. What do you think? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos on Hollywood's latest controversies. See you in the next one.